What's going on, guys? This is the comment section. This is number 11, I think. Wow, amazing. Okay, so we got Droopy of the Northwest Mounted. What's happening? From Grace Under Pressure tour information. Wow, yeah, because I did that concert. I'm glad I was able to just sneak that in right where it fit. I was like, oh, this is great. And yeah, that was awesome. So in the hierarchy of crappy camera metaphors, the potato is preferable to the rutabaga. Where does the turnip fall on this list? Perhaps you could provide an indexed list of root vegetables for future reference. Inquiring minds need to know. Yes, amazing. I must have said something. I must have said something to trigger that comment. You know, there are lots of times where I do these videos and I upload them and schedule them, and then they come out and I see, however long later, and I see people's comments. I'm going through comments. There are lots of times where I'm like, what the hell did I say? Sometimes, like, whatever the comment is, it jogs my memory. Like, oh yeah, this must have been the video where I was talking about this, or I was like going off on this or whatever. But there are some times where I'm like, what the heck did I say? I need to go back. Sometimes I have time to go back. Other times I'm like, I have no idea, what I was talking about. It's not something where, I just kind of let it go. But other times I'm like, what the heck did I say? That's why somebody posted recently that I said something about, they thanked me for saying that Test for Echo is a good album or something like that. And I was like, and I commented, I said, did I say that? Because that's not how I feel. So I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. Pretty sure I probably said Hold Your Fire and Test for Echo are the worst. That's probably more like what I said. If you said that I said that, I'd be like, yeah, I probably said that. That sounds like something I would say. Okay, so anyways. All right, up next, comment section number 4, JHC2093. What's happening? Hold Your Fire is not an error. While the experiment may not have reached as many as they may have hoped, Hold Your Fire is among the most ambitious and cohesive records front to back in their entire catalog. Wow. If you knew nothing of the name and band Rush prior to this record and you were an adult who reached at least age 30, you would understand. Not really the point. It was appropriate for them, for the times, and for where they were as a band and as human in that stage of life. Some of their best actual songs are on this record, but not Taishan. Okay. That's cool. I mean, Rob Shaw loves it too. Yeah, I think Karl likes it also. There's people that like Hold Your Fire. That's cool. Yeah, that's not where it's at for me. Anyways, all right, next. Beyond the Light Stage. Wow, yeah, I got to do that too. That was really great. And I love all the comments from these videos. Really, really fantastic. And I'm glad that I did it. And I think you guys are super glad that I did it also. So that you can watch it, rewatch it, all that. Really, really great. Really great. Okay, so Rush Beyond the Light Stage Part 1. Ryan Craig 2795. What's happening? If you're wondering how we have film of Alex talking with his parents around the kitchen table, he was part of a documentary, Come On Children, in 1973 at age 17, just before Rush released their first album. There you go. Bit of information for you. Wow. Informational. Incredible. Cool. Okay. Rush Beyond the Lighted Stage Part 2. We Dance Westie. What's happening? This is my era. Growing up in Toronto in the 70s, the music scene was off the hook. So many great bands and legendary artists. I was underage in 74, but still managed to get into the Gasworks to see Rush. They didn't check IDs very closely. John was still in the band. That's freaking incredible. 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 Literally from the beginning. That is like super cool. They were loud and awesome. Moxie was one of my personal faves of that era, and for my money, one of the most underrated bands ever. And I saw them, a lot at the Piccadilly Tube, featuring the great Buzz Shearman on vocals. Fantastic times and a real stroll down memory lane. P.S. As I mentioned before, Alex has always sung backing vocals, and he can play any style of guitar. Period. Garden Road, as others have mentioned, is an original song. Thanks, Justin. Hope this documentary is giving you new insight into the development and growth of this amazing group of musicians. Cool. Wow, a great story. I mean, that is so freaking cool. that you saw them as like such a small band back then. That's freaking awesome. Okay, next. Rush 2112, La Villa, In the Mood, Wipeout, Presto Tour. J Omega T, What's Happening? Getty never looked more like Ruth Bader Ginsburg than he did here. Yeah, well, you know. Okay, up next, New World Man 66. I don't know what this video is. I don't know what this video is of, but it must have been Grace Under Pressure, maybe. The tour. Moving Pictures contains 7 flawless songs, so to say it's overrated is, I would suggest, wide of the mark. Okay, we're going to have this argument now. Okay, all right, that's all right, I'm here. Perhaps your view is being influenced by the fact that Moving Pictures sales are 3 to 4 times the size of Permanent Waves and Signals. No, I don't care about sales, so I didn't even know that. Wasn't considering that. Just as a, you know, wasn't considering that at all. Didn't think about it. I don't care about that. I don't care what your sales are. How about the sales of Taylor Swift? Let's talk about that. Or the sales of, you know, whoever. Don't care. Superior sales doesn't necessarily make it a better album. Right, okay. It's just the case that Moving Pictures transcends the usual Rush fan base, as does 2112. I would not say that 2112 transcends the usual Rush fan base. Maybe it does. Maybe people disagree with that, but I don't know. Moving Pictures, I would say yes, but 2112, I don't know if that does. I wouldn't say that one does. Okay. Accepting Moving Pictures and 2112, Rush sales from their 75 to 85 albums in the US at least are very consistent. Moving Pictures and 2112 are outliers. Okay, so I pulled this comment out mainly because I said that I probably said, Moving Pictures is overrated. And I stand by that. I stand by that. I think that Moving Pictures is overrated. I think that Grace Under Pressure is underrated. Moving Pictures is a good album. I'm not saying it's not a good album. I'm saying that I prefer Permanent Waves. I think that Permanent Waves, from beginning to end, every second of it is a frickin' masterpiece. That's what I think. I do not think that for Moving Pictures. I think that there are more kind of lull areas and spots in Moving Pictures, and that, for me, is mostly on side 2. I mean The Camera Eye and Vital Signs. I still like those songs. I just don't like them. I'm just not as excited about them as I am everything I'm moving on Permanent Waves. I would also say YYZ. And Limelight, frankly. Limelight, I mean, you know, Limelight's a great song. It is. It's one of their smashes that most people know, that kind of thing. But it's the one of their smashes that I can leave. Where Tom Sawyer and Free Will, I will never get tired of hearing. Like, I'm not going to get tired of hearing Tom Sawyer. If I'm not tired of it by now, you know, I mean, that is the one that you hear in grocery stores, stuff like that. I remember, hearing that song in grocery stores, literally. So Red Barchetta, I think, is really great. I mean, that's the thing. They're all really good. I like Witch Hunt. They're all really good. I just don't think it is above Permanent Waves for me. And that's why I think it's overrated. I'm like, no, no, it's basically Tom Sawyer. Rush fans are not going to like that because there's more to it than that. But if you take it from, you're talking about sales and in that kind of way, charts and pop, like just Billboard kind of charts, this album is Tom Sawyer and the rest is for fans, You know what I'm saying? You could say it's Limelight also, but Limelight is like the second single, Tom Sawyer is the single. It is the smash. It is the thing that people think of when they think Rush. I'm talking about fans and non-fans. Probably mostly non-fans. People that know of Rush but are not like, oh yeah, I love Rush. They have that Huckleberry Finn song, right? Yeah, Tom Sawyer. So, anyways, that's just what I think. I think that I think that it's overrated. Sorry. Think it's overrated. Record sales? Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, whatever, that's fine. Okay, here's another one. Witch Hunt. So it must have came on Witch Hunt. From Grace Under Pressure Tour. We Dance Westy, what's happening? Moving Pictures overrated? Seriously? I've said it before, that string of records from 2112 through Signals is sheer greatness. Many bands would be proud to call that a career. I agree. I would agree with that. Moving Pictures just might be a perfect record and leads beautifully into Signals, my personal favorite. So no, can't agree with you, Justin. Moving Pictures is an amazing work and justifiably Rush's best-selling album. As to Witch Hunt, for me, this is not the best version of it, but it is an awesome song and my absolute favorite of the Fear series. Thanks, Justin. Yeah. String of records from 2112 through to Signals is sheer greatness. I see a world where people don't like hemispheres. I think that hemispheres, a certain type of person likes hemispheres, a certain type of person doesn't like hemispheres. You know, like I don't think Karl likes hemispheres. That's not his jam. I think that Gary likes hemispheres. You know, so you know, I'm kind of in the middle of of everybody. You know, I'm kind of in the middle of everybody. I hear what you're saying, 2112 through Signals, but to me, it's really, for me, it's really Permanent Waves to Power Windows. I like their early stuff also. I do. I like A Farewell to Kings. I like Fly By Night. I like, there's songs and parts of all of those earlier records, the 70s records, that I like. And I still need to listen to, I still feel like I need to listen to Hemispheres, like steep in Hemispheres more. It's one of the albums that I haven't went back to as often as others. I feel like I need to do that. But I haven't yet, because I'm a little busy right now. Doing all kinds of things. But I still, you know, I think that Moving Pictures is overrated. I just do. I think it's overrated. What other album of theirs can you say is overrated? I mean, I imagine maybe there are those Rush fans that would say none of them are overrated, Justin. You know, like, none of them are overrated. They're not overrated. And I'm like, well, Moving Pictures is overrated. If there's one that's overrated, it's Moving Pictures. That's my opinion. And again, it's not to say that it's not a good record. It is. It's a good record. I just don't think it's as amazing. It's really hard to follow how amazing Permanent Waves is. Now, they did an incredible job because they hit you with Tom Sawyer first, and that was their smash. But I don't think that they ended strong on the album. I think that side 2 is weaker than side 2 of Permanent Waves. That's my opinion. Again, I already know that there are people that are not, I know and recognize that that Permanent Waves, Entre Nous, am I saying, did I get it right, guys? Did I get it right? Entre Nous and Different Strings are the songs that are like this for some people. To me, when I hear them and when I heard them the first time, I'm like, oh no, this is fantastic, because I like nice, beautiful songs, things like that. Ballads and things. I like that stuff. If it's like well written and just nice, I like it, and I really liked those. So to me, that album is just amazing. It's just fantastic, amazing. Where Vital Signs is alright. That's cool. The Camera Eye is alright. It's alright. YYZ is not my favorite instrumental. I like basically the only part of YYZ that I like is when they just drop into that synth. Then I'm like, whoa, best part of the song. Rest of it, I'm good. I'm alright. I'm good. Limelight's cool. Limelight's good. I'm sure I maybe would like it better, you know, on the first, you know, 10, 20, 100 listens. But as of now, I'm just like, I can leave that one. I don't like it as much as Tom Sawyer. I can leave it. Tom Sawyer, I cannot. And Red Barchetta, I feel like just gets better the more I listen to it. Okay, I don't know what video this is on, but this is A-Land 4092. What's going on? Neil looked at like, this is my job. You get what they're saying. Neil looked at this as if it's his job. no different than a truck driver, and you don't go around trying to get your favorite truck driver's autograph. Okay, so this is probably on one of the Beyond the Light stage videos where they were talking about that kind of thing. While I understand what you're saying, and a lot of people, you're not the only person that said a comment like this, not to single you out, sorry, I kind of just took this comment, but there were many of you that commented like this. Like, he saw this as a job, he wasn't into the hero worship, you know, he didn't want fans bothering him in that kind of way, all that, you know, you don't go around, you know, he's thinking of it as a job, no different than a truck driver. You don't go around trying to get your favorite truck driver's autograph. Right. But he's also not being, you know, that's not super self-aware to me of your actual situation. No, jobs are not the same. While, yeah, your job is no different than a truck driver has a job, and someone that works at a grocery store has a job, someone that works at a restaurant has a job. Like, yeah, okay, we have jobs. They're not all the same. The guy's not an idiot. He knows that. He may not like it. That may not be comfortable for him. But guess what is reality? That's why I'm saying what I'm saying about how I'm saying it. Instead of what Getty did, which is, you know what, this is part of this life that I chose, so I need to work on getting better at it myself. Instead of being mad or upset about fans bothering me or whatever, I need to, you know, they have given me the life that I have. So they, you know, they've provided me the opportunity of the life that I have. So I need to take a deep breath and and go with it sometimes. And also, you get better with dealing with people who are, you know, like, have their things, they're fanatical, maybe they're whatever it is, maybe they're awkward, that's pretty common, you know, and you get used to and better at talking with people and working your ways through situations with people. I mean, I know that I have. I'm not at their level in any way, shape, or form, but a lot of people, you know, when I'm doing a gig, especially when I lived in California, I'm doing a gig, and it's like bass players in the audience or something like that, and they come up to me and they want to talk to me, and, you know, people are, you know, they're a musician, so it's like double awkward. You know, like, you have to know how to talk to people and how to navigate awkward situations, or just people wanting more from you because they are admiring you. And it's not often that they're going to be in the same room or in the same vicinity as somebody that they admire. And that's you. That's not the same as a truck driver. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. Getty understood and was like, you know what, I need to deal with this in a different way. Neil didn't do that. Neil was like, no, fuck this. This is weird. I'm closing. I'm shutting down. I'm shutting down. I don't want to deal with this. I have the privilege that I don't need to deal with this. I'm shutting down. And that was his choice. Maybe that's how he felt like he had to handle it, whatever. But, you know, that's why I'm bringing this up. Because I understand that maybe truck drivers don't understand that or get that because people aren't going after their autographs, but it's a different job. It's different. It's not the same. So again, not to, you know, this has nothing to do with A-Land 4092. This has to do with, you know, you guys know that. This has nothing to do with any of that. It's more just the conversation. So thank you for bringing up the conversation. That's what it's about to me. And that's why I said something and say something when those kinds of things come up with Neil, because it's crazy to me. It's kind of wild that, like, he just, and I understand that maybe not everybody, not all the fans see it that way. Maybe they're just like, oh, you know, they just accept that, like, he just isn't into that. I mean, you have to accept it because it's the reality. He's not going to go down to the VIP, you know, the people that pay extra to meet you guys and get autographs and stuff like that. He's just not going to do that. You know, and I can understand certainly the things that he went through in his life at that specific period. That's like, I totally understand that he would not want to do interviews again. that makes sense. And somebody brought up that he did an interview with CNN and they straight up asked about, you know, like the death of his family and things like that. That's, you know, I get that. That I totally get. Fans are not that, though. That's different to me. Now, maybe there may be a fan that's like that, or that like brings stuff like that up, in which case I would say people need to be around these people that they can then get in front of that situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why, you know, whether it's like just handlers, I'm not saying bodyguards, but you know what I'm saying? Just like people that are around them to protect them in those kinds of ways. It's like, no, okay, we're not going there, buddy. Keep moving along. We're not going there, buddy. Keep moving along. You know, and that, if then, you know, but that's not what you see the fans. You saw Rush in Rio. It's not what these fans are here for. They're just so grateful to meet these people that have changed their lives, not like a truck driver. It's different. It's different. It's different. It's not the same. And Neil didn't give that to his fans. That's all I'm saying about it. Neil chose not to give that to his fans. I'm not taking anything away from him, his playing, his work at all. He drove that truck from point A to point B with that band better than any other drummer. Probably could. But he wasn't warm to fans in that kind of way. I got an email about a comment about people writing to Neil and Neil basically being like, you know, leave me alone kind of thing. I mean, to me, that's a better than, less than kind of attitude. I understand that you want to be left alone. And most people want to be left alone, frankly, right? I mean, I totally get that. I absolutely understand that. But when it comes to your job, you know, like when it comes to this, I mean, it's no different than you guys comment every day. And I give you guys my email, you know, like I get emails every day from people. You know, and I respond to the majority of them. Lots of times if I don't respond, sometimes I'm busy and I just kind of forget about it. Like it just falls through the cracks because life keeps going. But for the most part, you guys know I get back to you. To me, it's the same. It's that part of you're building this community. What do you think you're doing when you're like putting out this music and you're have these shows and you're building a community of people that like this stuff that you make as an artist? That's incredible. You're super lucky. You're really lucky. You should not take that for granted. That's how I think about it. That's why I say what I say about Neil on this subject. That's what it is to me. That's what it is to me. Okay, last one. The infamous Gary Lagstrom's wife. Hopefully you guys are watching. Gary Lagstrom, Gary's wife Michelle here. He's been watching and says that the best Rush sound is guitar, bass, and drums, and that's why he said, make sure I write. 74 to 82 is superior for this reason, and agrees with Terry Brown and Mike Portnoy. The keys took over, and agrees with Alex that all of a sudden the guitar became less and less and keys more and more. And I said, that's great. Now say it with caps lock on for full Gary effect. And she said Gary would say yes, and I, the wife, say no. I tell him all the time to stop screaming at people. I guess that's why I call him my Cinderella man. Oh, that is fantastic. That's just fantastic. So have we figured out a way? I'm filming these on the same day. But have we figured out a way to help out the Lagstrom family? Because I feel like we should. I feel like we should be doing that. Yeah, I feel like we should be doing that. Because he's here every day. We should be doing that. Hopefully that's been figured out by the time this video comes out. Cool. All right. That's the video. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next video.